Hey guys, good morning. How's everyone doing?
Good morning.
It's nice outside today, huh?
Very nice.
Except I'm just looking up north and it's very smoggy. So yeah, that's nasty. Anybody have a good gratitude for us? I know.
You live in the.
Every time I stand here, I kind of try to convince myself, well, if I were to look out this way, it would look smoggy from there. I don't know if that's true. For sure.
Wait a minute, a good gratitude? Is there such?
Is there bad gratitude?
one? That's what my thought was.
I'm gonna see if I can come up with a bad gratitude here while we're talking. Something lame, you know. I want a real good one.
Like hot water gratitude.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
hot
just
water is
kidding.
not lame. My water heater went out last night.
I'm just kidding. Did it really?
So it really did. It really did. So hot water is not a lame gratitude.
Yeah, I'm totally kidding. There's probably not a bad gratitude. What's a good? Does anyone have a quick gratitude for us? There can be quick gratitudes.
I need gratitude. I have great gratitude. We had a grandbaby.
Oh, good for
I had a
you.
kid yesterday. That's why I was here.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah, good for you. Is that your first grandbaby or do you have a
Second. In a year.
Oh, crazy. Congratulations. That's exciting. Anyone else?
I'll share one. I was gone to a leadership conference last week and we're sitting around the mastermind table and we're talking about what we do differently in our companies.
Okay.
And I listened to just a few things like, wow, that is awesome. Like people are really surprised with how much we do in our office. And I think it's really exciting. So I'm really grateful for what we have.
I love that. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just grateful for the institution, what a marriage.
Oh, cool.
It's my 31st anniversary.
Wow.
Think of all the stuff my wife has been through, cancer, heart attacks, leukemia, bankruptcy, everything, and yet she's always been, no matter what, she's been my rock.
Wow.
Nice.
That's neat. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
See, that's good gratitude.
That's a good gratitude.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's really neat. Yeah, fun, kind of interesting. I've been doing a lot of reflecting today too. It's so funny listening to some of that stuff you're mentioning. And life's crazy, you know. Okay, how about this? One last thing. Any good victories in the real estate biz in the last 24 hours or so?
I finally got 4 siblings that absolutely hate and loathe each other and are pissed off at me if I end up liking one of the siblings to get under contract.
Oh,
Wow.
under contract.
He got him under contract. That's great.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Very good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, those are happening, aren't they? Crazy. Go
I
ahead.
got a new lead off of one of my listings I already have. They were just having great conversations. He's like, yeah, can I come meet you in your office? Yeah. So it's great.
That is so cool. Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to ask you that question. You don't ask me that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember when I was a missionary for the LDS church and we were meeting someone and she said to me, we were leaving her house and we were about to leave. She said, oh, I got a question for you. Can I get baptized? And we were like, huh? Like, give it a few weeks, you know. It was really funny. It was like the off thing. But anyway, guys, it's awesome to be with you and so excited to be here and spend a few minutes with you. Thank you so much for being here. This morning, just as we talk about what is the foundation of real estate, which we talk about so much, I'm not going to write it on the board, but if you don't have it top of mind all the time, write this down. Number 1, your purpose, your why, your vision. Your purpose, why, vision. Number 2, your business plan and your schedule. Number 3, discipline and accountability. Number 4, mindset. Number 5, skill set. And number 6, systems and strategies. Let me know if you need any of those repeated. That is the foundation of real estate. And it seems like everything else is kind of all encompassed within that world to help you succeed. And one of my personal objectives as I teach Morning Ascent is always to do something of motivation or inspiration or whatever. And then second one is to then do something from a skill set standpoint and always trying to focus on that. And so this morning, as we gear up for that, I just want to talk about something that I hear so often, and I continue every time I have a chance to spend time with agents. It feels like the missing link. Have you ever been around someone or listened to calls, or you yourself have been doing calls and you're like, something just seems off. Have you ever felt that?
Oh, yeah.
Or wait a minute, why am I not getting the results I used to get? My experience has been, and I have spent hours and hours and hours with agents and myself, and just this seems to always be one of the things that stops people. I guess I would say kind of like this nice friendly bridge, right? And making your conversations go better. And it's not rocket science and it's nothing new to you, but I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. So I'm going to give you a few words that I want you to write down, and then we're going to actually have a chance to practice a few of these. I know some of you have already been role playing this morning, but number one is repeat. Number two, affirm. Number three, empathize. And number four, I don't know if this one's in the book or not, but I always like to talk about it. Ask questions. So repeat, affirm, empathize, ask a question. This isn't new to anybody in this room, I don't think, but it's so critical to everything we're doing and so essential to the way in which you're communicating with people, not just in the real estate world, not just on your prospecting calls, but just in a general statement, the way in which you talk to people. So let's talk about these for just a moment and what that might sound like. So let's just start with repeat. What are you doing when you repeat what someone says to you?
Saying what they said.
Saying what they said. Thank you. That is the perfect answer. Yes. Yes. So you're saying that repeating is saying what someone says. Do you see what I just did there? Did you catch what I did there? I don't think you did. The important part about that is what happens when you repeat what someone says.
It shows that you're listening.
Yeah.
Shows that you're listening.
It almost
Good.
gives them value. You like validate them.
Value validation. Do we as humans like or need value validation?
Only a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? I try to remember the Michael Scott quote where he's like, I don't need to be liked. I have to be liked. I can't remember exactly what it said. Something. Go ahead.
It also helps them understand what you've heard.
Yes.
It helps them be understood. So for example, if you were repeating something I said, maybe it came out wrong, or you understood something I didn't mean, and then you can clarify. So it adds
Love
clarity
that.
to that as well.
Yeah. Like, have you guys ever heard the phrase or something? So what I hear you saying is ... Have you ever been engaged in that situation? I mean, what a great line. Okay. Repeat. Okay. Affirm. What does it mean to affirm? Does someone have their phone out and they can even just Google the definition really quickly for us? Do it. Yeah. If you have your phone handy, someone.
Affirm.
Yeah. Affirm. Ruby's got it. Ruby is our official thesaurus for today. Dictionary. I don't know, what would we?
Affirm meaning state of fact, state as a fact, assert strongly and publicly, offer someone emotional support or encouragement.
Okay, state of fact, right? Offer emotional support enthusiastically. I think that word was in there, right? So when you're affirming something, what might that sound like or look? Just what words might you use?
I feel the exact same way if I were you.
Okay, close. And actually, we're kind of diving into getting into the empathize there. But yes, I mean, I think that you could argue that for sure. Oftentimes, if we're talking about just in these sales calls, if I was saying something, I might be, hey, I don't want to use a real estate agent. If I was repeating, I'd say what?
If I were you, I'd do the exact same.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to use a real estate agent. Repeat, affirm.
That's right.
That's great. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Cool. Sweet. Bossa Nova.
So if you don't have the money to pay a real estate agent, and so you can't pay a real estate agent, then you'd be affirming, man, that is a really tough situation to be in.
Yeah. And that
would be really hard for you.
And that is where you dive into, right? Empathy, right? What does it mean to empathize with someone?
If I was you, I'd feel the same.
If, yeah, you can feel, I'm with you. I see where you're coming from. I can see that. Oh, I get that. I'd feel the same way too if I were you. Okay,
If you use a feeling or a emotion in affirming that it is empathizing.
totally agree. Yeah, and I'm not arguing. That's why when he made that first comment, I agree with you. That is affirming. Yeah, so I'm not discounting that. For the purposes of what I'm teaching you today, I like to break it down kind of in these 4 parts and separate them. And this is how I would do it. Is give me an objection, guys.
The market's gonna crash.
Yeah. What might someone say? They might say, well, the market's bad right now.
Interest is too high.
Interest rates are too
I
high.
can't get it now. I can't get out of my home. What I need to do what I want to do.
Yeah, think about it. Okay, these are all the things, and we already said I don't have an agent. So let's just say I'll wait. Should I say the market's too bad? Okay. Too bad. I'll wait. Okay. Someone says that to you. Ah, the market's too bad. I'm gonna wait. Have you guys ever heard anyone say that?
Every day.
Or I'll wait till the market gets bad a few months ago,
I'll
right?
wait till the market crashes.
Or Dave Ramsey says, wait to save up 20. We actually have a friend on Facebook who like wrote a thing like 6 years ago or something. They're like, I don't let any of I had some buyers that wanted to buy a home. They had to do 100% financing. So I wouldn't let them do it. I told them they need to wait.
Wow.
And we were laughing so hard and we give them such a bad time. Like, wow, hope that they're so happy they saved 25 grand and avoided getting $250,000 in equity over the last 6 years. You're the man. That's what we say to him. Okay. The market is too bad. I'll wait.
Would that be reaffirming?
Yeah, something. That's just me being a jerk. That's all it is.
But you
That-
didn't repeat the verse.
yeah, I did. Yeah. So I'm just gonna say ask questions, and if all else fails, be sarcastic. So, the market's too bad. I'm gonna wait. Oh, hey, you're feeling like the market's too bad and you don't want to make any moves right now. Is that or that's a repeat, right?
Yep.
Hey, what might I say next?
Good for you.
Awesome. That's great. What else? Good. You can say good. You can say okay with an exclamation mark behind it. Okay, that's great, right? You could do something like that. And then if you're going to empathize, it's been said a few times today. I'd feel the same way if I were you. Can you believe I'm capable of doing capital letters in the middle of sentences, full capital words, and even throw a little cursive in?
That's what I know.
I mean, I am there's something special about the way I write things. I'm telling you.
That's all it is.
Versatile. Thank you. I'm versatile. My penmanship is versatile. That's a positive way to put a positive spin on that. Thank you.
Like your first line to your third line are like 2 different people.
Yeah. Yeah, it
That's 'cause he
is.
switches from personality.
Yeah, that was like me, like,
They're all coming out.
yeah, that was like me trying, and then I'm kind of like, this is me being non-committal. They really want me to write this on the board. I don't know. I'll still do it. I just. Okay, and then we're gonna ask questions. Okay, and I like to use a few of these following things, kind of openings for questions. You guys know. In fact, let's see. Do you know them?
Share with me.
Share with me. Good.
Tell me more. So do you throw the questions in through this whole thing after you repeat? your
Yes. Yeah, for
So
sure.
right there at the very top, the market's too bad. Tell me more.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to talk about in just a second, Brenda, because I love that you're bringing that up. Do not let me leave here without that. Help me understand. One more that I'm going to put. Anyone been in this room for 5 years or more, you're going to know it. You're going to know it when I write it. Jason, I know you can do it.
I know it. Let's see.
I know it too. I'm just trying to get it.
I am so sure you all know it.
Don't tell
Don't do
It
it.
starts with an M. It's a month of the year.
me. May I share with you?
May I, oh, I was gonna say, may I ask?
Oh, may I ask?
Yeah, I like, oops, but yeah, may I share too? Now that is special. May I ask slash share you? Yeah, that's a good point. Well, may I share with you as a question now? So, it's interesting because here's the point. And I've been in some situations where someone like wants to say, keep asking questions, keep asking questions, keep asking questions. And there becomes a point when it's like, you gotta share. I mean, yes, in an ideal world, it would be, yeah, I want someone to come up with the conclusions. I want people to try to be coming up with the answers and solving their own objections rather than me telling. But there comes a point when you have to be the pro, the expert, and be able to say, hey, may I share with you something? Hey, may I share with you what my last client did that was in a similar situation as you? And it's a great question because, again, instead of saying, I'm going to tell you, you're saying, hey, may I share with you something? It makes a world of difference. We're talking about very minor things here that can make such a difference in your approach.
Going through to repeat, reaffirm, and empathize to be able to get into somewhat of a rapport with them.
For sure.
So that you can understand, well, really, what is the issue behind you not wanting to sell right next to the market's too bad?
Yeah.
Is it because you're on fixed income and all the retirement you have?
Yeah.
Or is it that you feel like that your home is worth $1 million you could have got for it 6 months ago and you can't now?
Yep.
And so it's a hit to pride.
Yeah. 100%. All of that's correct.
And
At the end of the day, this is about building rapport. It's about solving objections. It's about creating solutions. It's about persuading people, right? Not manipulating people, but persuading people into moving into the right direction. I love saying this, and I believe it in my whole career. I'm never going to sell someone on a house. It's not my job to be a salesperson to say, hey, what do you think about this kitchen? Can you imagine yourself having Thanksgiving dinner around this table right here? Well, what kind of photo would you hang on that wall, right? I will never be that guy. And you know what? Most people don't want you to be that person. That gets in this world of uncomfortable manipulation. However, if I'm asking great questions to people and talking to them about the sales process, what it is they actually want, I'm putting myself in a position of helping people be persuaded to maybe pull the trigger on something that they're wanting, to make a decision, helping lead and guide them through that process. So the repeat, affirm, empathize, asking questions, it's very simple, but it seems to be very complicated sometimes too. And if I could offer you any encouragement, if you have a desk and a computer and a place that you like to prospect, I would sit and I would put a little sticky note up there or something, and I would put those things up there. Repeat, affirm, empathize, ask question. So in a dream world, what might this look like? Will you role play this with me real quick? You just be the client. You can say anything you want if you want, but I'm just going to say, I'd love to have a meeting with you. So, hey, I'd love to come over sometime and share with you my marketing strategy on helping you get your home sold. When's a good time for you?
The market right now is kind of crazy, and there's houses that are crap going for like $300,000, and I don't see the value in that.
Okay, so it sounds like you're feeling like maybe the market's not in the right place for you to sell right now.
Yes.
Awesome, that's great. And if I were in your shoes, I would feel the same way too. Share with me this. How important is it to you to get moved to the next place you're going? That's a bad question, but it's a question. So don't judge me. Share with me what. Yeah, but when you think about it, probably in that case, I have that name and number for some reason. Why is it there? Share with me. Why were you looking on my website? Share with me. Why did you decide to post your home for sale? Share with me. How come your home was on the market a couple months ago? Share with me. If I had a buyer ready to pay you full price for your home, would you sell it tomorrow still? I mean, think about all the different questions that you can have that are well thought out, right? It'd be something I would put it, but just in this, hey, tell me more about your future plans, right? Tell me more about how soon you think you might want to move. Hey, help me understand. If you need to get to Tennessee in 3 months, but you're concerned about how the market's going to, help me understand what the plan is with your home. think about like, because guys, do people get themselves wrapped up in ideas that are not going to work in their mind?
Yes.
Because they're saying it to themselves, they've convinced themselves it's accurate. Yeah, I always think about a man. His name was Burton. I'm not going to say his name right. Burton Pinkham, I think it was, or Pinkman. Pinkham. He was living in Tennessee. I've shared this story before. Living in Tennessee, his family was living in Orem. He was coming back on some weekends. They weren't seeing each other, and we listed their home. This was in 2008, probably. Market was so awesome then, and we needed to do a price reduction. And you know what? He told me at one point, X numbers my bottom line. Now he had plenty more equity, but that was his bottom line he decided in his head. And so while his family was, and he was commuting and they weren't together and all this stuff, he decided, well, that's my bottom line, so I can't reduce the price anymore. Was that correct? Was it a good idea for him? No, but he determined in his head this was the plan. Would it have been smart for him to wait a year or 2 years to sell? If you look back to 2008, right? It wasn't that much better in 2009 or 10 necessarily to go and sell. If he'd waited till 2022, spring, he'd have been a genius, but he didn't. So the point is he had convinced himself something that wasn't realistic. And it became my job to say all of these things, repeat, affirm, empathize, ask some great questions to help him realize, oh, yeah, I really don't have an option right now. And usually I talk about him when I'm talking about the abilities people have. I'm not going to do that today, but just what are the seller abilities? So I want to give everyone a chance to do this. Go ahead.
What if you continue to do that, but you can sense the conversation is not going, you just end that conversation?
That's a good question. I mean, that's just sales, right? I mean, that's where you got to learn, like you go from here and then you'd say like, come here and go to the close, right? Yeah. So we're talking about one piece of the, at least for me, this is what I like to do. This is one piece of your trying to solve objections, understand, build rapport. Someone you could go round and round and round in circles and eventually just say, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's not a good time for you, or it sounds like, well, this isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, you're still just trying to set an appointment, right?
So you would probably repeat it twice and then after that.
I wouldn't put a number on it. And this is the point that I'm getting to is that Brenda asked a great question of like, well, can you turn, or made a great statement of like, well, you can start with some enthusiasm. You can start with that's great. This is kind of the order that I always like to talk about it. But have you guys ever been on a call with somebody I always think of mobile device people for some reason. They're always the ones like AT&T or something where they're, okay, Mr. Ledger, thank you. I totally understand what you're saying right now. Like they're trying to do that. Thank you for your call. I understand your frustration, right? And I like, yes, I want to reach through the phone and be like, stop. So look, this there's an element of this that requires, yeah, it requires some skill. For example, if I showed up and said, hey, Rick, how you doing today?
Really good.
Oh, you're doing good. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. If I were you, I'd be doing good too. Well, share with me what's making your day great.
Being here with you,
now,
man.
that's weird, right? That is freaking weird. Now, on the other hand, if I went to Rick and said, Rick, how you doing, man?
So good you wouldn't believe it.
Awesome, dude. What's good about your life right now?
Yeah, I woke up.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay though?
Yeah, it's a way better approach in the situation.
Yeah, we might say it's still a little weird because we're not used to asking people questions and actually being interested in what's good in their life.
Right.
But it's a good thing, you know. Someone says that. My point is that these don't have to be used individually, one by one, at the exact same time in the right same way. These should be things that you have the skill, but that's why it's so important to me from the beginning is you separate. I love knowing, look, this is how I affirm. Awesome, great, cool, bossa nova, whatever it might be. Ninja Turtles, anybody ever watch that? You know that's what that's from. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, okay? Empathize is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, if I were you, I'd feel the same way. Oh, that makes sense. I'd probably do that too if I were you. Right? And do you know how it drives people? I have had conversations turn from nasty to amazing on a flip, like just like that, when they say, I don't ever want to use an agent again. Oh, you don't want to use it? Awesome. Honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't want to use an agent either. And people just like, huh? Huh? Now, am I lying because I'm an agent? Am I lying when I say that or being dishonest?
If you were truly.
If I were you,
I would have your emotions.
I feel the same way because I don't see the value in an agent, right? So the key thing then is to figure out what's going on. Share with me. What's your number one concern about working with an agent? Okay, go ahead.
All I was gonna say in response to that, longer you speak with someone in a conversation, you start to realize they may be like super visual or really auditory or they're feeling.
Yeah.
And you need to ask the right question.
Pick up on
Yeah.
that.
You need to ask what they're feeling if that's the way they're gonna learn.
Yeah.
But the first time you might miss that.
Yeah.
So if I say, tell me more to someone who's like really,
There are emotional cues that you
Yeah.
actually have come out of the subconscious that you can key on, that'll direct any conversation.
Yeah.
You just have to be listening to understand. When you do that, it falls into the right category. And you'll learn that through role play.
I love it. Okay, Jason.
I think one thing with the repeat and affirm side of it is sometimes we don't get what they're saying, and when we repeat, they'll fix it. But a lot of times when they're talking, they're just saying stuff, and then when you repeat it to them, they're like, "Oh wait, no, that's not really what." I
Had that
said."
happen too, yeah.
Then they'll repeat something more.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'll say to someone, so what I hear you saying is, even if someone says like the dumbest thing in the world that makes no sense, and I know I'm being very rude right now and blunt, but just the reality is, I mean, it happens. Someone's, I'll say, so, okay, so what I'm hearing you saying is fill in the blank, right?
You want to lose
What I
money.
hear you saying is you don't care where we go to dinner, but you won't go to blank, 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 and blank. Right?
Yeah.
What I'm hearing you saying is I get to pick the movie tonight, but you won't watch blank, 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 and blank. Sometimes when you repeat, it's kind of cool, right? Anyway, that's when all hell breaks loose. No, seriously,
be more dinner for you.
share with me. Why are your needs more important than mine? Okay, what I would like to do, because we're gonna close up, and I love the affirmations, but I want to do this. So what I'd love to do is I want to get some music going. And if you'll permit today, in lieu of affirmations, I want to give everyone a chance to do this. And you are welcome to say pass if you want to.
No, everybody has to do it.
Okay. That's nice of you, but I'm gonna say, I agree, but
You're not the same.
You're nice.
Don't do it.
no, that's great. But some people, anyway. You should do it. It'll be cool. And I'm gonna help you work through it, and I'm gonna help everyone do it perfectly. So what we'll do is I will throw out an objection to you. And it is your job to repeat, affirm, empathize, and ask a question. You don't have to do it fast, and you don't have to be perfect. You have to be perfect, but you don't have to do it fast. Because we're going to help everyone make sure that you're actually getting step by step of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then when we're done, we'll say, I am powerful, unstoppable, and then we'll call it good. Are you ready? So everyone stand up
That won't be done.
or jump, whatever. Okay. Are you ready? Who wants to go first? Should I just start here with Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to use a real estate agent.
Oh, Jeremy, you don't want to use a real estate agent. Wow, that's awesome. Hey, if I were you, I'd feel the same way. Share with me, what's up with that here?
There you go. Okay, now let's talk about that. I'm gonna kind of get what's up with that man. Now,
That was a joke.
I know,
Okay.
but what I'm gonna say is that I know you were teasing, but earlier when I said that stupid question, I wasn't teasing. That was the best question I came up with at the moment. Okay, and so my point is it's so important that you're doing this often because it gives you the chance to not get stuck. Because again, I know Matt was teasing there earlier, but when I did it, literally, that was the best question I came up with at the moment. And it wasn't great, but it was the question. But it's so good if you stop and pause and like get yourself figuring out. There are 9 or 10 objections that are going to be the objections you see for forever, right? Almost forever. And so come up with great questions for those. Ready? You know what? I'm going to go to the other lender because they've got better interest rates.
If I understand correctly, you're gonna go with the other lender over interest rates? That's right. Okay, I understand. I think if I was in your situation, Jeremy, I'd feel the same way. Share with me though, what interest rate are they gonna get?
Woo! Give him a round of applause, guys. Let's go. Let's pump each other up. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. You know what? I'm gonna wait to sell my house until the market gets good.
Well, what I hear correctly is you want to sell when the market gets better.
That's great, yes. Okay, now affirm.
Okay, if I were you, oh, great. I would feel the same way if I was in your position. Share with me what you're feeling about the market that.
Boom. Love it. Very good. Awesome. I'm gonna skip you too.
Yeah, sure.
For time. Allison, are you ready?
Ready.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to sign a buyer broker agreement.
You don't want to sign a buyer broker agreement?
No.
Great. I would like to sign a buyer broker agreement either. Can you share with me why you don't want to sign a buyer broker agreement?
Boom. Love it. Ready? I'm not gonna work with an agent.
You're not gonna work with an agent?
Okay, I'm gonna pause everyone because everyone's doing this and it's a bad habit.
Go straight to your up.
You don't have to ask a question. You don't have to have them
You have to repeat it.
confirm their repeat. Yeah, you don't have, just so you know, you're not, everyone's done. So I'm just saying it, you don't have to wait for them to confirm your repeat. Does that make sense? So let's start over. I don't want to work with an agent.
So what I hear you saying is you don't want to work with an agent.
Fantastic.
There you go. Then you go,
Awesome.
great. Yeah, awesome.
I'd feel the same way if I were you.
Okay,
Now share with me, what's important about not working.
good. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Like, and yeah, you're hearing that and you're saying to yourself, share with me, and it's like scrambling for it. But I'm telling you, if you take just a moment and think about, let's just remember that phrase, well thought out question. What is a well thought out question? You guys are asking, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean it with every bit of it. The fact that you're even asking a question makes you better than 99% of your competition.
Yeah.
99%. I don't care if your question is, what's up with that man? Or whatever other, you're better than your competition just by asking the question. Sound good? Okay, let's keep going. You know what? I'm gonna sell my house for sell by owner.
Oh, you're gonna sell your house for sell by owner. That is fantastic. You know, if I were you, I would actually feel the same way too. So share with me, what's important about getting this house sold on your own?
Good, love it. Okay, Brenda Lee, you ready? I don't want to work with an agent.
I totally understand. You don't want to work with an agent? That's fantastic. If I were you, I'd feel the same way too. Tell me more. Have you had an experience with an agent that didn't work out?
Boom, love it. Do we get all the agents? Yes.
Yes.
Give yourselves a round of